right, good evening, everyone. It's 6 o'clock. We'll go ahead and start today's meeting. Let's please take roll.
Commissioner Leidig.
Here.
Commissioner Wagner.
Present.
Commissioner Diaz.
Here.
Commissioner Kreiner.
Present.
Commissioner Calandra. Vice Chair Bray.
Here.
Chair Vang.
Here. That's all. Let's please stand. We'll go ahead and do the Pledge of Allegiance. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States. I'll go ahead and read the procedures for tonight's meeting. This meeting is being conducted in person and electronically. The public may participate in tonight's meeting by using the Zoom link provided on the Planning Commission agenda. Please note that all virtual participants will be on mute until they are called upon by the chair, at which point they will be unmuted. If you're a member of the public and would like to comment on an item, use the raise hand function on Zoom. To avoid any confusion, please wait for the item you desire to comment on to be called by the chair before electronically raising your hand. For each matter considered by the commission, there will first be a staff presentation, followed by a presentation for the project applicant. Testimony from supporters of the project would then be taken, followed by testimony from those in opposition. The applicant will have the right to a final rebuttal presentation prior to closing the public hearing. In accordance with Section 13 of Article 2 of the Planning Commission Rules and Regulations governing length of public debate, all public testimony from those in support and in opposition of the project will be limited to 3 minutes per person. The 3 lights on the podium next to the microphone would indicate the amount of time remaining for the speaker. The green light will be turned on when the speaker begins. Yellow light will come on with the soft bell ring when 1 minute is remaining. The speaker should be completing the testimony by the time the red light comes on with the final bell indicating time has expired. All in-person public testimony must be presented to the commission at the podium. Any testimony that references race, religion, ethnicity, economic status, national origin, or any other classification protected under state or federal law in a derogatory manner shall be deemed irrelevant and will not be considered by the commission in making its land use determinations. If you challenge these land use matters in court, you may be limited to raise only those issues you or someone else raised in oral or written testimony or before the close of the hearing. In oral or written testimony or before the close of the hearing. Next, we'll go ahead and start today's meeting with the approval of the agenda. Do we have any changes?
Good evening, excuse me. Good evening, Chair Vang, members of the Planning Commission. I'm Israel Trejo with the Planning and Development Department. There are no changes to the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do any commissioners have any changes to the agenda, or do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All right. We have a motion made by Commissioner Wagner, a second by Commissioner Kreiner. All in favor say aye. 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 All opposed say no. Motion's approved. Under the consent calendar, we have minutes for the meeting May 15th, 2024. Do we have a motion to approve the consent calendar?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion made by Commissioner Kreiner, a second by Vice Chair Bray. All in favor say aye. 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 All opposed say no. Motion's approved. Do we have any reports by commissioners?
Brother Chair.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
So good evening to everyone. I definitely wanted to take this moment to recognize the day that we're standing in across our nation. Today, June the 19th, is a day that my heritage, my culture celebrates and honors Juneteenth. On June 19th, 1865, a message finally reached Galveston, Texas, that 2 years prior, our President Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. And on this day, we honor and celebrate the fact that the last word reached the last of the 3.5 million slaves that were enslaved in this country, to honor the fact that they were free. And so today, you'll see in front of City Hall a flag that went up to honor our culture, honor this date, the liberation for millions of slaves that were snatched away from their origin, their land, native land, and brought to work for free for over 400 years to make our country as rich as it is today. And so I would like to honor and recognize that, Brother Chair, on what today stands for, and to be able to sit on this diocese with these amazing individuals, where probably about 100 years ago, and even sooner, you probably wouldn't see a person of my hue seated at this seat. So I honor those that came before me, as well as I honor those that we fight so hard to make sure that they still have the equal rights and the values and the substance of life that we are fighting for in these United States. So, Brother Chair, I honor you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate those kind words. We'll go ahead and move to continue matters. Please note that we have ID 24848 that will be continued to July 3rd, 2024. Under new matters, we have ID 24777. This is for consideration of annexation application number P2203846. Let's please have staff present.
Okay. Is mic on? Okay. Good evening, Mr. Chair, members of the Commission. My name is Juan Lara with the Planning and Development Department. And today for your consideration, we have annexation application, pre-zone application, and the associated negative declaration. These applications were submitted by Harbert and Associates. The proposal is located on the north and south side of West Ashland Avenue, in between North Polk and North Gregory Avenues. The planned land uses surrounding the property consists of residential single-family medium density to the north, west, and south, and residential single-family medium density and residential multifamily urban neighborhood to the east. The land surrounding the subject properties are vacant, rural residential, and single-family residential properties. The annexation proposal includes an additional 5 properties north of Ashland Avenue. The pre-zone application will designate these subject properties consistent with their planned land use, which is residential single-family medium density under the Fresno General Plan. But also, the 5 properties to the north will be designated with the ANX overlay. The ANX overlay district, rather. The ANX overlay district allows rural residential use of properties when annexed to the city of Fresno, so long as the use had been lawfully allowed by the county immediately preceding the annexation. Track 5756 was approved on March 25th, 2008, and it should be noted that after the original approval of the map, no annexation application was submitted for the western portion of the map. The proposed annexation and pre-zone were submitted to facilitate the development of the previously approved Track 5756. The property will be pre-zone RS5 zone district. The development of the western half of the approved tentative map will be required as a condition of zoning to annex into CFD 18 to offset police and fire costs associated with the annexation. That said, staff recommends to the City Council adoption of the environmental document and recommends approval to the City Council. This concludes staff presentation. Staff is available for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any questions from the commission? I see none. Thank you. Do we have the applicant?
Good evening, Chair Vang. I'm Lauren Smith with Harbor Associates Engineering. 389 Clovis Avenue, Clovis, California. We've been working on this project for many years now. It wasn't done originally because of the year that the project was approved in 2008, the housing downturn, and many expensive off-site extensions of sewer mains and water mains.
My apologies. Are you able to move the microphone up a little bit? There you go. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I'm not sure how much of that you got, but anyway, in 2008, when this map was approved, we were required to build sewer and water extensions to Grantland Avenue, and at that time in 2008, the housing turn took place. So the map has been waiting for off-site extensions to get to our site. The developer is now considering selling the property, and another developer is waiting to take over the project. So if you have any questions on the annexation and pre-zone, I'd be happy to answer them.
Question for you. Have you received any feedback at all from the neighboring properties at all? Or?
We had a neighborhood meeting. Nobody attended the meeting. We did receive one letter from, I believe it was Stan Mayer, acknowledging that he was not willing to annex.
Okay. Is he located within that area?
Yeah, he's one of the 5 on the north side of Ashland.
Okay. Do we have any questions from the commission?
I do. One more time, you stated that the gentleman, what was his response?
He was not for the annexation.
He was not for it, okay.
He wanted to keep his property in the county.
Any other questions from the commission?
Are there any proposed changes to the existing properties within that annexation parcel? Or are those not impacted by the future development?
The 5 properties on the north side will have some street improvements on their frontage, but that would be the extent.
Do we have? Go ahead.
Since that track map was approved so far before I think any of us were on the commission, can you provide some information on terms of number of units, what the capacity is for that proposed development?
There's 100 lots. We have a neighborhood, not a neighborhood park, but a little pocket park on the project. Like Juan had mentioned, that the east 10 acres is already in the city. So half of the proposed map is already in the city. We have a street connection to the south into an existing city subdivision. All of the lots will have city sewer and water, and we have a Fresno irrigation district pipeline that runs through the property that we'll have to relocate and reconnect.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and move to the public. Do we have any individuals who would like to speak in support? Okay. Any individuals on Zoom with their hand raised?
None at this time.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and move to the public. Do we have any individuals who would like to speak against? Any on Zoom?
None at this time.
All right. Go ahead, and I'm going to close all public comments. We'll bring it back to the commission. Do we have any questions, comments, motion from the commission?
I'll make a motion that we recommend adoption to the City Council of the negative declaration and the annexation application number P22038. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'll start over. I'm going to make a motion to accept the staff's recommendation for this property.
All right, we have a motion made by Vice Chair Bray. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, we have a second by Commissioner Wagner. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say no. Motion's approved. Next, we have, does the secretary have anything to report?
I just wanted to make one note about our next meeting, and then I have another comment I'd like to make. So our next meeting will be on July 3rd. It is a very heavy agenda, so I want the commission to know now we have a very heavy agenda. when we reach out to know if you're going to be in attendance or not, so that we know if we have a quorum. It's really important to respond as quickly as possible so that we can ensure that we have a quorum for that meeting. But it does have, I don't know, 5, 7 items on there. It's heavy, so be aware that you'll get a large packet for that particular meeting. And then I just wanted to conclude by thanking Commissioner Wagner for her service on the Planning Commission. As many of you know, her term expires at the end of this month, and she has chosen not to be reappointed. She's served on this commission very well. She's been very thoughtful and attentive to items and really asked good questions. And we appreciate her service, and I just wanted to recognize and thank her.
Thank you. Next, I'm going to go ahead and we have unscheduled oral communications. I see that we do have some individuals here. I'm guessing that, are you guys here for the item related to the Northwest and West Olive Avenues? Is that correct? Yeah, so just to clarify, that's going to be moved to July 3rd. Okay, so we won't be addressing that issue tonight, okay, miss? All right. Let's see. It's currently 6:16. We'll go ahead and adjourn tonight's meeting. Everyone have a wonderful night. Bye.
Unscheduled oral communication.
Okay. Well, meeting's back in motion. Go ahead. If you want to go ahead and approach the podium, please state your name, address, and you'll have 3 minutes, okay?
My name is Brunette, and I'm with the Heat, and I'm quite sure you know we've been here before. But just what happened just now is the same thing that happens all the time. The community is not informed, and we told you guys that before. We're not informed of what's going on, and you guys continue to pass stuff on to the city council. You don't see the community here is because we are not notified, and we don't have any input in what they're doing in Southwest Fresno. Now, you guys passed a multi-jurisdictional, did you guys pass this multi-jurisdictional plan? We didn't know anything about it. When we found out about it, it was at the last minute. This being this thick, and for you guys to pass it, it's an insult. And we keep telling you guys that. But it doesn't seem to even affect you guys. We don't have any input. Everything that they're doing in Southwest Fresno, we did not have any input in it. That crap been going on since '69, what they're planning on doing in our area. They've been amending it. And we asked you guys to read the Southwest Fresno specific plan, and I'm quite sure you guys haven't. You're passing stuff that's going to affect our community, that's going to put us out of our community, and you guys don't even care. You come in, you sit down, and you really don't. You should be asking, where's the community? The community have an input. I don't know what this board is for. Are you guys just here to just pass things that comes before you through the planning of Jennifer's office and the city council, and we don't have an input? That is against the law. HUD requires you to have input from the community before you pass things, and that is not happening. That's why you guys keep getting sued. It doesn't make any sense, and we do the same thing over and over and over again. We come and ask you guys why you don't read it. You need to read it. If you're going to pass it, read it. And ask why the community didn't have an input. And Crier, we really have a problem because you have your church there in Southwest Fresno. And this is going to affect the community. And we really wanted you on board with that. And you wasn't here. This is the first time we've seen you here.
Thank you. Do we have any other unscheduled oral communications? Please state your name, address, and you have 3 minutes.
My name is Diane Smith. I live in West Fresno, long-term resident, and I'm in agreement with Brunette. There is no transparency within the city of Fresno in notifying the community of what's happening. I was sitting here waiting and reading an article in Fresno Land when they talked about the Starbucks that they're putting in, which is going to be near a school. They're putting in a drive-through. They're talking about all this stuff. Most of that stuff was planned without public knowledge. The reason why people aren't here is because people are not notified. We do not have representation by our city council person. He does what he chooses to do, and we have to suck it up because he represents other districts that he's getting more support from. But the bottom line is this: the city of Fresno has no transparency. In the Bible, and you know this, the wicked shall never prosper, and that's why the city is not prospering now.
Thank you. Any other unscheduled oral communication? Please state your name, address, and you have 3 minutes, miss.
Bobby, I'm with HEAT for Southwest Fresno. I am a resident of West Fresno. I'm agreeing with what Brunette and Diane has said. Also, there were, at one point, they were supposed to have had a meeting with the community prior to they have construction already going up. They're on Walnut, right next to the apartments that are there. When we came to a meeting a while back, which the planning had stated that you weren't going to make any decisions until there were a community meeting. We never got any notices or anything pertaining to the project that is being constructed, right now. So this is right next to one of the residents that has been in that location and never got any type of a notice or anything. He didn't even know that this construction was going to be going on. It's really sad when that you say what you're going to do, but you don't. It's like putting your words out there, but it's like talking to the air. Again, that's nothing new for us because it's been happening in our community for years. And like Brunette said, also, it's like this Southwest Pacific thing has been, planned ever since '69, and look at what is happening, and then it's been amended in 2010, but at the same time, no community input except for people that the mayor or whoever appoints for special committees, and these people do not speak for the community. You're supposed to let the community know, according to federal rules and regulations, the community, especially when you're doing major constructions like that. It is about gentrifying our community. And we object to all of that. But like Diane said, hey, be careful. So you sow, so you reap.
Thank you, miss. Do we have any other individuals who would like to speak? Any on Zoom?
None
Okay.
at this time.
Okay. Hello, miss. Please state your name, address, and you have 3
My
minutes.
name is Susan Marks, and I live at 2318 South Walnut Avenue, which is between California and Elm. Anyways, and there's the Edison School right there. Well, I live right there behind Edison School at the baseball diamond, and it has all those trees around there. And I'm going to piggyback off of Ms. Burnett and the ladies here. We did not receive any notification about the affordable housing that is being built right there. I think there's like 6 houses right there. I believe there's supposed to be like 33 that's going to be built behind us. So my thing is that my uncle lives there, Ross Tate, and I don't understand, why don't you notify us or let us, I don't know, flyer or something. Now, even on the internet, okay, all it said that there will be building affordable housing. Okay, that's understandable. I understand that. But to somebody that has lived in a house all their life, and it's one generation after the other and after the other, only one family's owned it, and excuse me because I get too excited over this, you should notify them, because it's like you have no comment, or what do they call it, caring awareness about people. And somebody that's lived there for all their life, raised their children, retired, and it's like you're just going to do all this, and then what, come along and just swoop it away like it's nothing, like nobody lives there, it's just land, And so we didn't get notification. There was no meeting, none at all, to let us know what's going on, and then there's going to be more built there. I understand you want to make it better and bigger, but from what I look at and from the construction work that's going on there, well, that scares me. It really does, because, we have a homeless problem, okay? And with the city of Fresno or county of Fresno doing all of this, not let them know, we're going to have more homeless people. Where are they going to go? We're going to have more homeless people, But what does win is the majority is in the people. There is power in the people. Lots of power in the people. So I hope you have caring awareness and really consider what's really going on, okay, on Southwest Fresno. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss. Any other individuals who would like to speak? Any on Zoom? Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. It's 6:26. Meeting's adjourned. Have a wonderful evening.